Good girl. Hey, don't be shy. Hey, everybody, it's John Nemo. Oh, give me a kiss. Rosie, the dog, is here. Everybody say hello to Rosie. She's not having it. She wants to get down and run around. I want to welcome everybody to Noon with Nemo. Hello, hello. Rosie, give him a paw. Give him a paw. Okay, so today's topic is how to make sales while walking your dog. Rosie, do you like to go for a walk? Oh, I know you do. We'll go after this. Let me know if in the chat, if you can see and hear me okay. Say hello to Rosie. I'll let you down. Okay. All right. So again, welcome, everybody. My name is John Nemo. It's Noon with Nemo. We're going to talk today about how to make sales while walking your dog. So that's the whole point of this. So I want to welcome everybody that's getting logged in. Michelle, Freddie, Julie, Jack, Chris, Leonard. Let me know in the chat if you can see and hear me okay. And then I'm going to get Rosie back up here because I know the people want it. Let me know. Put this in as well. Just a couple housekeeping items. Just type yes in the chat if you can see and hear me okay. Chris says, hey, Nemo. Good. Hey, good to see you, Chris. How are you? Also, let me know in the chat where you're logging in from and what type of work you do. So I'd love to know. Tell me in the chat where you're logging in from and what type of work that you do. And I want to welcome, let's see, we got more names popping up here. Why are they not all showing up? It says like 50, but I can't see them. So anyway, webinar jam problems. Lenny is good. Tim can see and hear me. Okay, good. Hey, Rosie and John, Julie, Tim, Chris, tell me what type of work do you do? Where are you from? I want your whole life story. I want it now. Okay, so M is asking, where do you keep the replays? M, I keep them in a secret vault locked up. You need to know the digital access. I'm just kidding. I'll link to the replays right now for you, M, okay? All right. Replays are here. All right, so M, I put a link to the replays in the notes, and I'll show everybody too. Again, hey, I'm John Nemo, and I see you. Oh, Leonard, consultant from California. All right, good. I think we just talked on LinkedIn, Leonard. Okay, hold on. Leonard, hold on. Listen, this webinar, this training has literally gone to the dogs, right? Give him a kiss. How cute is Rosie? How cute. Okay. All right. So, again, where are my dog people at? If you have a dog, let me know that in the chat as well. I want to celebrate all the great dog people, dog name, dog breed, all that stuff. If you're a cat person, feel free to exit. No cat people need to get out of webinar. Cats are devious, manipulative creatures, man. They are so smart. They own you. You don't own the cat. All right. M equals Martin. Good to meet you, Martin. Where are you from? What type of work do you do? Oh, Michelle's here, local in St. Paul. Very cool. Bolger Printing. All right. Very cool. I'm out in Woodbury enjoying this lovely Minnesota weather. It's snowing again and all kinds of junk. John said we had a duck when you were a kid? You kidding me? Oh, Tim lost his lab on Sunday. I'm sorry. Oh, that's so hard. I'm sorry, Tim. Dogs are the best. Labs are really nice. Labs are like so just kind and gentle. They're just the funnest. Rosie's fun too, but she's crazy. Freddie in Columbia. All right, Michelle's got Winnie and Augie. Love it. Those are fighting words when you talk about cats. All right, Sue. All right, listen, I grew up with cats. True story, Sue. Did you know if you drop a cat, they always land on their feet? I may or may not have tested this as a mischievous young boy, dropping my cat off the deck. I can neither confirm nor deny, Sue, but it actually did happen. All right, Chris has got Marlo the dog. What type of dog is Marlo? All right, Janelle has 4 dogs. Oh, my God. Who's picking up the poop? I'm not dealing with that. All right. Love it. So welcome. We got Tim in Oro Valley, Arizona, direct sales of medical devices from Liechtenstein. We'll be on the road heading to Texas. Liechtenstein. Is that the company or Germany, or it's just fun to say? Liechtenstein. John, Milwaukee, but was in Minnetonka all week. Well, John, you were in a good place. You were in Minnesota. Now you have to go back to Wisconsin. That's a terrible place to be. I'm sorry for you. Now, if you haven't been on Noon with Nemo before, this is what I do. I start with a little stand-up comedy. I like to have fun, get to know you a little bit. So we got Julie in Charlotte, North Carolina, business broker. Oh, interesting. All right. Chris has got an English setter, a maniac. Royce, 80 degrees today, of course. All right, so, before we get into the training today of how to make sales while walking your dog, there she is. What do you got? Russians? What do you got? Mailman? All right, hold on. Kill. All right. Rosie's on it. All right. I want to know your thoughts. Obviously, the big game is this weekend. So vote on this poll. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl? Rams or Bengals? Or could you care less? And again, we're going to dive into this on a little bit. Oh, Tim says, okay, Liechtenstein is next to Germany and Switzerland. Well, there you go. Like, Noon with Nemo is nothing if not global. Welcome. All right, so love it. Oh, we got, so far, the poll is heavily in favor of the LA Rams winning. My son was just joking around, should I do some of those crazy Super Bowl bets like the coin toss, or will Snoop Dogg light up a blunt during the halftime show? That's actually a bet. Will he smoke weed on stage? So there you go. All right, so I'm going to end this poll. This is firmly a pro-Rams crowd so far on Noon with Nemo. I want to just launch one more poll quickly, too, to get a feel for if you've been here before. Because obviously, if you haven't been here before, you're probably very disoriented at this point. Like, what is this guy screaming about? I am here to provide training. And what we're going to talk about on today's call is really how to close sales while you're walking your dog. I've got a whole method to this. It really involves several steps, and I'm going to take you through the whole process today and really help you see kind of, from A to Z, how do you do this? How do you bottle up everything? How do you automate everything? How do you qualify prospects? And then at the end of today's training, I'll explain more about if you want to actually implement this, how you can do that. Like whether you want me to help you do it, whether you want to do it on your own. There's lots of different ways to implement this approach, but it's really this magic intersection of how do you automate and personalize? How do you qualify people and still not lose your humanity and that human connection? And so I see a lot of people here. It's your first time, 62% of you, which is awesome. Welcome. Thank you for coming. And again, my name is John Nemo. So excited you're here. All right. Love it. So we got lots of people coming in. We got more still coming. So I want to welcome everybody. If you haven't already, say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're from, what type of work you do. Joel, Michelle, we got Peter is in here. We got Chris, Nicholas, Jack. We got another Chris. We got a John, Mary, Janelle, Beverly, Chrissy, Leonard. We got multiple Leonards. Love it. Okay, so without further ado, what I want to do is dive into today's topic and today's training. And it's really going to be focused on kind of, again, this whole premise of how do you take all the tools and technology we have, webinars, sales funnels, emails, type forms, videos, live chat. Like, how do you put all that into kind of this little magic stew so that you can make sales while you're walking your dog? So without further ado, and without any more guest appearances from Rosie, let's dive in. I'm going to hop off camera for a little bit, get the training going. I'll still be live in the chat, asking and answering questions, but I want to pull up the training right now, and let's dive in. Welcome to the webinar. I'm so excited you're here. My name is John Nemo. This is a photo of me looking professional and cleaned up and nice. And now here's a photo of me in real life. Right? I'm the guy with a bucket on his head. I'm married. I live in Minnesota. We've got 3 wild young boys. I'm always out whenever I can, playing with them, working from home. And this is why I'm so excited to talk to you today, because if you are a coach, a consultant, a solopreneur, if you run your own business, you, like me, have this passion, this desire to do your own thing, to be your own boss, to be out on your own, to not have to play by the corporate rules and the traditional thinking that everybody else is stuck with. And now I want to introduce you to my secret weapon. This is Rosie, our 4-legged joy bomb, our Wheaten Terrier. I love this dog. And if you are a dog person, I know that you're nodding your approval right now. If you're a cat person, you're probably like, oh, really? Okay. Either way, here's why I'm so excited. Every day without fail, when my wife and I are out walking Rosie, I am closing sales in a 30-second window, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. I'm not even having to talk on my smartphone, but I'm closing sales. And I'm going to show you how to do the same thing. This is why I'm so passionate. For you, especially if you're a coach, a consultant, small business owner, running your own show, here's the deal.
Like, we don't have to find leads the traditional way anymore. We don't have to go and get stuck in those traditional methods of thinking. I've been able over the last 5 years to automate my entire lead generation process, not just with clients, not just with sales, but with coaching clients, with consulting gigs. All of it can be automated, and webinars are where this magic happens. And I want you to really understand this. If you are a coach or a consultant or a small business owner or a solopreneur and you are not using webinars right now, and I'm talking automated webinars, so you don't even need to be on the computer, online at all, just automated webinars. If you're not using them right now to pre-qualify clients, to get people into your coaching programs, to book discovery calls, if you're not using them, you're missing the most enormous opportunity that I have seen to date in business and in marketing in this area. Now, I really want you to understand what we're going to do together today and the roles that you and I have on this training. I am going to be like Yoda. I am going to be your mentor and your guide, and you are going to be my Luke Skywalker. By the time I'm done with you on this training, you are going to be a Jedi Knight when it comes to understanding how to use automated webinars. That's so critical. One and done, set it and forget it. 2, book coaching calls, get people into your programs, to get leads, to pre-qualify people. Yes, you can also sell products and services too with webinars, but even more important, this incredible opportunity to automate your lead generation and qualifying process. I really want you to understand this as a coach or consultant, because think about how much time you have spent traditionally getting leads. How many coffee meetings have you driven to, one-on-one, giving your whole spiel, spending all that time, playing professional footsie? How many, God forbid, networking events have you had to go to, right? Quote unquote networking events where everyone's there trying to sell each other. How many cold calls have you had to do? How many ads have you had to buy? How many people have you just had to spam and email? And I want you to understand those are all outdated, traditional ways to get coaching clients, consulting clients. There is such a better way. It's easier, it's faster, it's more efficient, it's more fun, it's better for you, it's better for the client. Most important one I'm going to show you on this webinar today in my Yoda mode is really understanding how you, once you become a Jedi Knight with webinars, you're going to have so much more time to do what you love. You're going to have the margin in your life that you want. That's the goal. That's the real focus and passion. It's not nearly as much about the tools and the technology and the webinars as it is about what they provide you, what the benefit and value is. So now I want to show you an example of kind of the ultimate on-demand webinar funnel for coaches, consultants, anyone that wants to book discovery calls, and anyone that wants to pre-qualify a prospect and put them in that ready-to-buy state before you ever talk live. This is the dream funnel. This is the dream setup. So let me explain how all this works. Step 1, obviously, is you need to get traffic. You need to get people to sign up to attend your webinar. So what I do, obviously, I love LinkedIn. This will shock anyone who knows me, right? But I love using LinkedIn, using your profile. And this is Bob Rosen, a former client of ours. We did a done for you we did the whole funnel for him. But obviously we've got the whole, LinkedIn client facing profile. Here's where you've seen my work. Here's what I do, coaching, consulting. So we start there. And then the second thing is we're going to use LinkedIn messaging to get people into the webinar funnel. So here's an example of how I'm using it, and maybe some of you got this message and that's why you're here today, right? I literally send a message in LinkedIn, one-on-one messages, basically using this script, this formula I talk about. Are you looking for, some free tips on blank, right? Looking to attract new business. The reason I ask is I have this on-demand training, or in this case, it's a live webinar, right? Would you like to check it out? Just reply yes, I'll get you registered. And you can see here, right, I'm getting all these people either thumbs up, yes, I'd like to check it out, yes, right, thanks, I'm fine. But they're not mad, right, because you're just asking permission, thanks, yes, right, thumbs up. So this is how you can fill up your webinar. This is just a little side lesson. Basically, instead of spending tons of money on Facebook ads or paid traffic, just use LinkedIn. Like, you can get insane amount of people registered. And I want to show you this little side technique or side trick to get people enrolled in your webinar. So you can see here, I went to the prospect. I said, hey, Michael, here's my whole script. I've talked about this in other places. Do you want to check out my free training? Basically, do you want to check out this on-demand webinar? If you do, just reply yes or thumbs up, and here's the key, and I'll get you registered. Here's why this is important. What we found on LinkedIn is if people say yes, they want to attend, and you just give them a link to the landing page, very few people follow through. For whatever reason, there's just a lot of people that, aren't logged into LinkedIn right at the time, or they forget to come back, or they don't click through, they don't follow through. So what I do is I take out all the guesswork. And here's why I love LinkedIn for filling up your webinars. Just say yes and I'll get you registered, right? If not, no worries. That's my script. No pressure. Ask permission. Don't assume they want the webinar. Don't include the link. Michael writes, yeah, thumbs up. He wants to check out the webinar. So all you have to do, right, you already told him, I'm going to get you registered. So I'm going to open up his profile in a new tab and then just click on contact info. 99% of people are going to have their phone number and email in their LinkedIn profile. Okay, so I'm going to grab Michael's email. Remember, he's already given me permission. He's already said, yes, I want you to get me registered, right? He said, I want you to register. So this is literally how I get new people on Noon with Nemo every single week. I send them a one-on-one message on LinkedIn. They say yes. I copy their email from their contact info. And then this is what you do. I just register them using my landing page, right? And I'm going to go ahead and sign Michael up. So I'm going to put his info in here while you're watching. And then I'm going to auto subscribe him for future webinars because it's a recurring webinar, which I explained. It's live every Friday. I click register now. That puts Michael into my automated email funnel. Now he is registered. He's going to get recurring emails from me about each week's Noon with Nemo. I can use my main email list items for him. He's now a lead for me, right? And what I'm going to do on the back end, again, he said, he wants in or whatever. So he's got the thumbs up. So I write back, and again, use your personality here. So I like to have fun with one-on-one LinkedIn messages. Awesome, like got you in, right? Like there's Will Ferrell going crazy. Fantastic. Watch this. Just got you registered. And this is the script I use. Using the email. Let's see if I can type fast here. Fantastic. Just got you registered using the email address I found associated with your LinkedIn profile. If you don't see the webinar info emails or want me to register you with a different email, just let me know. And then I say, otherwise, see you later today for Noon with Nemo. And can't wait to hear your thoughts on the live session. Also, in the meantime, and this is where you can add more value. Also, in the meantime, if you want to check out today's topic and watch previous session replays, just go here, right? And now I'll link him to more free content. So for me, I'm just going to go in and link him to previous episodes and then the schedule for today to start getting him kind of indoctrinated, binging on my content. And for those of you that are on here, this is actually a good reminder. For the Noon with Nemo, if you just go to the Nemo Media Group site and then under the free Noon with Nemo link under About, you can actually just click on these previous sessions and you can rewatch the previous ones. So like, if you want to go back and watch the one on how to rock your sales calls, you just click on it and it has replays, right? So here's an on-demand replay, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to send him a link to this page so he can sit there in the meantime and start binging on my content before this webinar. And that will also just further warm him up to want to attend today, right? Because part of the idea is, again, there's the bucket photo, but part of the idea is, say, yes, I've got you registered. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the on-demand training. And in the meantime, here's more value. Here's more stuff. Here's more free tips. Because again, there's no limit on being able to get content in front of people that have said yes, right? He's raising his hand. He's qualifying. He's saying, yeah, I'm interested. Show me what you got. So anyway, all that said, he's now registered. He's in my funnel. So that's just a quick way before we get into this ultimate funnel of how I love to use one-on-one LinkedIn messages to fill up your webinar. It's free, it's simple, it's fast. Nobody gets mad when I say, I'm going to do you a favor and get you signed up, right? I don't get people going, how dare you? How dare you sign me up for the webinar I said I wanted, right? Like, if anything, they're like, oh, thanks, cool, I'll check my email. Or actually, I think that's my work email, send it to this one instead, or whatever. So that's a great little ninja tip to fill up your webinars. Once you get that permission, just go and grab it off the contact info. Now, let's get into the funnel. Let's get into the really fun stuff. So you've got people interested, like I was showing with Bob's profile. You're using your client-facing profile. You're using LinkedIn to find your ideal people and invite them to your webinar. They're saying yes in the example, and so we're registering them. So in the case of Bob, what we're doing is we're offering a webinar, and then we've built out the whole process in Ontraport, which is a third-party tool. It has landing pages and campaigns and all kinds of things. And the reason I like Ontraport for this is simply it's just fast and easy to give people the webinar on demand. Instead of making them go through a registration process and reminder emails and everything, just give them the video. So for Bob, what I can do is basically, again, say John Nemo, and actually I don't have that email working right now, so let's use this one. Say John Nemo on LinkedIn said yes. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Bob's registration page. I'm going to sign up John Nemo. John Nemo now is going to get an email with a link to the on-demand webinar. But what's really cool about this, as it gets me signed up, is behind the scenes in Ontraport, you've now got a whole campaign going. And this is the key, because if you're a coach, a consultant, you know you're playing for quick wins, right? Quick win right away, but also the long game. So we've got a whole webinar campaign in here where people are going to sign up, and then based on what they do, what activities they do, we can do follow-up emails. So let's stick with the short quick win right now. John Nemo got registered, success, free training's on its way. Now in my inbox, I get a link to the webinar page, and that will say something along, hey, send email 1, which is just kind of the webinar delivery email, right? And then it leads the people to the webinar page. So here is the actual webinar. We have bottled up your best stuff. And, this is a whole separate training on what goes into a great webinar itself. But especially if you're a coach or consultant, the best thing to put into a webinar is some training, demonstrate some expertise. And so in Bob's case, I actually, we helped him create a webinar. This was a done for you project, really talking about 3 kind of key frameworks to, becoming the best version of yourself, leadership skills, etc. And so we're talking about target audiences. We're talking about, how to overcome obstacles. And I also put chapters in here to, help people skim through the content, because the idea is very simple. And this is Wistia. So if you host your videos with Wistia, and Vimeo probably has this too, you can actually put in chapter markers. And you can see here, it's very easy for the prospect to navigate back and forth. Now, why I love this model of an on-demand webinar is they can take their time. They can watch this 100 times in a row. They can sit here and go, yeah, I want to go back through framework 2 and just use that chapter, right? And really dive into that part. Or, oh yeah, I want to go back to, the 3 keys and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, you can see now we have Bob, after he's kind of done his hero's journey and told you about himself and done all these different pieces, and you can see, here's the hero's journey and his story and why he got into coaching and everything like that. Here's the training part where he's demonstrating some expertise, helping people overcome obstacles, building a connection with them. At the end is now where he's going to position himself to say, hey, are you looking for help? Do you want to take the next step, right? And basically what that looks like is he'll say, is coaching right for you? Do you want to talk? Do you want to learn more? And so what we do is we actually build into the video clickable links. So you can see here, this is a feature on Wistia that says talk with Bob. This is the next part of the funnel. We also put it on the page as a button that says ready to talk, let's connect. The call to action here is very safe and simple and low risk for the prospect. You're not immediately trying to sell them. You're also not immediately booking them into a phone call. You're making it clear that you need to pre-qualify before we talk live. And the language that you use here is very important. But again, we put in clickable links in the video and buttons on the page so it's foolproof. But this is the next step in the funnel, is make the prospect pre-qualify. And you do it under kind of the, explanation, the language of, hey, are you interested in learning more? Would you like to talk to me? Is this resonating with you? Are these lessons really hitting home? If they are, perhaps we should talk. Before we talk live, I want to know more about you. I want to hear more of your story. That way I know if I'm the right person to help you. So click the link in the video that says Talk with Bob, or click the link on this page and fill out this brief type form survey, right? And in the survey, now this is where we get into the magic of pre-qualifying people, right? We have questions. Tell me about your business, right? And then for Bob, he's looking for people to rate their satisfaction. Like, what's your pain point? Do you feel miserable, right? If you're putting miserable, you're in a lot of pain. We know for marketing, people will act quickly to get out of pain. So he can put people through this survey and pre-qualify them, right? How happy or satisfied are you? How unhappy or unsatisfied are you? All these different things, right? If I could fix one situation, what would it be and why? How urgent is the problem to you, right? Because again, we're looking for all this before we talk to the prospect. What pain are you in? How urgent is it to you to fix the pain? All these key things. Now, if you're a coach or consultant, you can have, Typeform has this built-in logic. So if I say, yes, I've used a coach before, it's going to show a question. Well, how was it? Are you still using the same coach? Why or why not? Because I want to know that before I get into a call with you. Now, if I say, no, I've never used a coach, Typeform will show something different. Okay, we'll skip that part. How much do you invest in yourself? Because we want to know if we're a coach or consultant doing that, like, I never have invested, or I invest this much per year in my own personal development. Again, what I love about these type forms is the logic jumps. If they say this, send this. If they say that, do that. So if someone says, yeah, I spend this much per year, okay, we're moving forward to the next question. But watch this. If they say, no, I never spend money on myself, let's stop and address that objection, right? Why? Why aren't you doing that? Because again, before Bob gets on a call with these people, we want to vet them and kind of make sure, are they someone that has that mindset issue of, I don't invest in myself, I don't see value in it, etc., right? I love this one too for the sales part. Are you the sole decision maker for investing? Yes or no? If they say yes, you just move to the next question, right? Great. What's your name, info? If they say no, I'm not the sole decision maker, Typeform changes it and says, okay, who else needs to be involved? Because we don't want to have a call and we don't want to set up a discovery call if we know there's multiple decision makers involved in pulling the trigger. See how this works? This is so cool. And then on the back end, you are going to have, and let me pull up my Typeform to show you what this looks like if you haven't seen this. But again, while I'm doing that, to recap the funnel, step one is you're finding people that are interested. Step two is you're opting them in, saying, okay, awesome, the webinar is on its way. I sent it to the email associated with your LinkedIn account. Step three is they're actually going through the webinar and watching it, and it's on demand. They can do it whenever they want. They can watch it over and over and over, right? Really fall in love with you. Because if you do a good job on a webinar, you put through, you infuse your personality. They get to know, like, and trust you. You demonstrate expertise. You teach them. You train them. And Chet Holmes talks about this in one of my favorite books, The Ultimate Sales Machine. He says, whoever educates the market the best and the most will slaughter the competition. So you as a coach or consultant, especially, but anyone in particular, if you're monetizing or selling expertise or knowledge or service, you've got to demonstrate that, right? Not just claim that you can help me as a coach, but actually demonstrate it, like show me, right? So Bob is doing that throughout. He's talking about how he helped the military. Remember, he worked with clients like Ford and the military. He's talking about he counseled people after the Twin Towers went down. So he's really demonstrating expertise, but you're also getting to know Bob and his story and his journey. Then at the end, right, we're basically saying, if you want to learn more, let's talk, do the type form. Now, once they fill out the type form, like I was showing you with all the logic and everything, on the back end, this is the great stuff. You're able to pre-vet people before you talk to them on the phone. So I can literally look and say, okay, this is the person, this is their work, this is how many years of experience, this is their business model, right? This is, what they want to do. For me, I want to know like ROI. So what's one new sale worth? What's your current revenue? What's your goal? Why aren't you there? What's the pain? Why haven't you made it? Do you have a budget? Nope. Are you the sole decision maker? So I can vet people and see, are they a good fit for me? Whoops, I don't want to print that out. But you can do all this before you talk to them. And then if they're a good fit, now you reach back out and you book the discovery call. And you haven't wasted all your time. Think about all the steps this process saves. The webinar, first of all, takes away everything about, well, who are you? Like, how long you've been coaching? What's your story? Why'd you get into coaching? How do you help people? Kind of what are your tips? What's your advice? Can I trust you? Can you help people like me? Can you do these different things, right? If you put all that into a webinar and you bottle all that up, that helps people right away know, oh, okay, here's your story. Here's who you've worked with. Here's your tips. They make sense. This is what I'm looking for. You still don't have to get on the discovery call until they jump through that hoop and say to you, here's my situation. Then you get to decide. But the beauty of this, again, it's all automated. It's all automated. So you're not spending all day, every day, doing cold calls or discovery calls with people who aren't qualified, who don't know you, who don't like you, who don't trust you. The webinar takes out all the guesswork. The webinar makes it simple for people to decide if you're the right fit ahead of time. Oh my gosh, this is so, so good. Now, let's pivot and say, what about if you want to sell a product or a service on a webinar? Like, what if your call to action isn't fill out a type form and let's have a discovery call? What if it is, I want to sell something right away? Same approach, just a couple different steps. You're still saying, hey, would you like some training on whatever it is? If so, I've got, hit thumbs up and I'll send it to you. Person hits thumbs up, you still have a landing page and you still opt them in. The only difference is your on-demand webinar will lead to a sales page, right? So let me show you an example of how I set this up as like a replay. So let's just go in and do like one of my courses. Watch the on-demand webinar, and you can see my little secret sauce is popping up already, the live chat. So this is a simple version of, hey, you know what? Great. You want tips on mastering your mindset. Here, I registered you for the, on-demand training. Go for it, right? Here's the video. It's 36 minutes. I could add in chapter markers. At the end, right, I'm going to have a call to action. Hey, ready to see how it works? Click here to get the training, right? Because at the end of it, I'm going to have, again, here's the training. Here's how to do it. Here's the sales page. Click here in the video to go to the sales page and sign up right now, right? And you can put in, right, authentic, legitimate offers, deadlines, whatever. There is software. One of my favorite softwares for this is called Deadline Funnel. Let me show you this. This is where you can actually put in legitimate evergreen kind of countdown timers based on when a person comes into your funnel. So I'm just trying to see if they have an example on the page. Unfortunately, they don't. They have all their testimonials. Okay. But anyway, Deadline Funnel is a tool where when someone opts in for your on-demand content, based on the timing of when they jump in, I can have a special offer show up for them that would have a timer here and a clock specific to their IP address and when they opted in. So it's a legitimate offer like, hey, you're watching this right now, you get, 30 minutes, whatever, to decide if you want to buy this. Okay, so anyway, all that said, the model is the same. You watch the training replay, you click here to get the product, there's a special offer, there's a deadline, whatever, urgency, scarcity. Now on this page, again, this is the part where I make sales walking the dog, right? So I've got the product here, everything else, but there's this live chat feature. And I explain this on the on-demand webinar. Like, if you have questions before you sign up and purchase, we can talk live, right? And then I have this enabled on my phone, and whenever I'm awake, basically, I can have live chat turned on. You are amazing. One quick question. This is the prospect writing to me, right? So they're gonna ask me a question. I immediately get an alert, incoming chat, someone's talking to you. And I can see everything about this person, right? So they're based here in Minnesota. These are the pages that they're on. This is the product they're looking at. other additional information, whatever it is, and then I can write them back wherever I am, walking the dog, at home on my computer, on my iPhone, driving. Well, not while I'm driving the car, but you know what I mean. Sure, what is it, right? And then the prospect can see we're chatting back and forth, right? So you're able to very quickly close leads on these sales pages. So if it's a product and you're saying, hey, go straight from the on-demand webinar to get the product. And if you have questions, we can live chat about it, right? We can live chat. And here's our live chat. This is how you can close sales while walking the dog. But again, think about all the steps you're saving. This is all automated up until the point where the person is literally on your sales page about to spend $400, $4,000, whatever. You don't mind being interrupted for 2 to 5 to 10 minutes to do a live chat to close a sale, right? Because again, they've done all the work. They have jumped through all the hoops. They've consumed the content. They've watched the webinar. They've seen you demonstrate expertise. They've seen you kind of go in and show them how you can help them. Now they're just deciding, I'm ready to pull the trigger, but before I spend $400, yeah, I see this, but I have a question about the blah, 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 right? You can quickly answer on your own that live, kind of give them that personal touch right at the very end to put them over the finish line. So that's why I love using the live chat feature on a sales page per se, right? And so you'll see that on my website, on all my online course pages where I've got on-demand replays, watch the on-demand webinar, whatever it is. Like, again, once they go through to the product page, they've watched the content, they click through, have the live chat. So this is the fantastic idea behind this of really understanding the model to use a webinar to either book discovery calls and, by the way, pre-qualify the people before the discovery call so you know everything and how to position your offer. You even know like what's their, profit margins. Like if you can even know that, how much easier does that make it for you as a coach, consultant, sales professional to have them pre-qualified? Is it saves you time. And this is why I'm obsessed with this model is, again, it's all automated on demand. The client, the prospect goes through it on their own time and their own, agenda. You only have to spend time talking to prospects live after they're warmed up, after they're qualified, after they're engaged, and they've already got your backstory, what makes you unique, different, and better. And that's the secret sauce of this whole method. So I hope at this point you're excited. You should be jumping up and down. You should be like, oh my gosh, I need to do this right now. This is amazing. This is brilliant. If that's the case, if you're excited, if you see how beneficial this is for your business, how it will help you save so much time and frustration and pain, because now you can pre-qualify your leads. You can book qualified leads into discovery calls. You can save yourself so much time on those discovery calls, not having to share your whole story and what makes you unique and why you're the right coach or consultant or, why your solution is the right thing, the product, the service, whatever it is. Hopefully you see that, right? You see the power of bottling up all this expertise, bottling up this experience, automating it so that the only people you're talking to live, either via the one-on-one chat or the discovery calls, the only people you're talking to live are warmed up, qualified, have been through your content. Now, if you're excited, if you're like, okay, I'm ready, let's go, I'm on fire, Nemo, then I would love to help you. I would love to help you discover what we can do together. So we've got 2 great options today. One is if you want, I'll do it all for you, right? Like I'll do the whole thing for you. My agency, Nemo Media Group, we now offer done-for-you webinar services. So literally, and you can see now on the screen, there is a type form that you can fill out. Big surprise, I'm going to use a type form. Basically, if you're curious about a done-for-you webinar, obviously, I would love to talk with you. Now, first, I need to know more about you, your situation, what you're up to, your price points, your clients, what you're trying to do, what you need to do with your webinar, so that I can make sure you're the right fit for our done-for-you webinar services, okay? So if you fill that out very quickly, then I can follow up with you and have a conversation about whether or not our done-for-you webinars make sense. By the way, even while I'm explaining this to you, I want to add a little bonus training because I never stop training. Put this type of question into your type forms. How much do you know about blank, about the code? So for you, you would put your name here. How much do you know about me, right? Because you want to find people that have been through tons of your content. So whatever you've got out there, give them options to choose as many as they like. And here's why. What I've learned with pre-qualifying people on Typeforms, the more of my content they've already gone through, the easier the sale is. They're convinced, they already know my strategy, my system, my style, they know my personality. They're already convinced. The people that say, I've never heard of you, this is my first time, they're the hardest sale to close. Naturally, they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, they have no clue about your content. So that's just a little bonus tip. If you want to know how to do a great type form, make sure that's in there, how much you actually know. So anyway, if you're interested in having me talk to you about done-for-you webinars, just click the link that you should be seeing in the video or on the screen. Fill this out. It just takes a couple moments to really tell me about your situation. If you're thinking, that's cool, I don't want you to do it all for me, I want to do this myself, I want to run with this and do it all on my own, I got you covered, right? I never leave you empty-handed, okay? I've got an entire online course called Webinars That Work. It's literally my step-by-step system of how to sell your products and services with webinars, okay? And right now you're seeing the page for it, everything you're going to get. And I'm going to actually now pop in a little video that walks through the online course, everything that you get, all the options. You can see all the different templates and tools. This is the ultimate do-it-yourself course. So let me show you what's in the box, what you get inside of Webinars That Work. We start with 10 hours of video training. Think of this as me coaching you online. This is on demand, accessible 24 hours a day, anytime you want, the entire system. I show you on the screen, click by click, every single element from A to Z of how to create a killer webinar, how to determine the perfect webinar topic, how to find and attract and get your ideal audience on your webinar in an easy way, how to automate the entire process so that you can save time, how to do every single element of this system. Even better, I'm going to remove all the guesswork for you. I'm going to give you more than 25 different copy and paste, fill in the blank email templates for every phase of your webinar, from inviting people to attend, to getting them to show up, to following up after the webinar, whether that's selling them into your coaching or consulting program, getting them enrolled, booking a discovery call, whatever it might be, I've got you covered. These are the exact emails I use on my webinars, and I'm giving them to you. I'm including them. These are emails that I have been testing and refining and tweaking and perfecting for the past 5 years. They're proven. They work. You don't have to guess. You don't have to figure it out. You just copy and paste them, fill in the blank, and off you go. Best of all, I'm going to give you something I've never seen inside any of the webinar programs I've ever purchased or come across. 75 plus pages of scripts and swipe copy. I'm going to give you the exact words to say for each and every phase of your webinar. Again, scripts that I use personally on my own webinars. Time tested, approved, tweaked. I'm going to give you the words. All you have to do is print out the script, read it into the microphone with your slides, and you have a webinar done. And again, it's the right phrases to use. It's the phrases where you fill in the blanks. You say the certain words that your audience and customers want to hear, that they will react to, that will get them engaged. There's no guesswork. You don't have to worry about coming up with your own things to say. I have done the work for you. Now, the way that the training is designed is very simple. I have 3 very distinct sections. Part 1 is all about presentation. Part 2 is all about platform. And part 3 is all about the people. Because, of course, we need people on these webinars. But when we start with part 1, the presentation, you walk through exactly how to determine the perfect webinar topic in your niche, in your industry. There is a foolproof way to know exactly what your target audience, your target customers, to decide exactly what they want you to put into the webinar. Then we walk through the 10 irrefutable laws of every successful webinar. So these 10 laws are as proven as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, okay? These are the exact elements that you include and what order to include them in to create a wildly successful webinar. Also in section 1, we are going to walk through the content, the format, and the presentation styles that convert like crazy. I'm going to remove all the guesswork for you. I'm going to show you exactly what type of content to create, exactly what type of presentation software to use, exactly how to structure it, and why and how it will convert like crazy on your webinars with your audience. We are also going to walk through in far more depth than I had time to do today the 9 simple steps that every successful webinar utilizes. From the introduction to the offer, I'm going to walk you through in great detail exactly how to implement all of these steps, the exact words and phrases and template to use for each step. Oh, it's so easy. Once you understand how to utilize these steps, what to say, to fill in the blank, to take out the guesswork, it's so fast, it's so easy to be able to put these steps in order. And again, it's a proven template, a proven series of scripts and phrases that you get included in today's training. So section 2 of Webinars That Work is all about the platform. And this is where I'm going to help you understand the platforms, the software, and the tech made simple and affordable. You're not going to have to spend hours and get a graduate degree in technology to be able to apply all this. I'm going to walk you through the best platform to use for your live or hybrid webinars, for your automated webinars. I'm going to show you in those training videos exactly how to set it up, where to click, step by step, button by button, what to push, what to paste, what to copy. I'm going to show you my favorite presentation software. And this software is the best because it has pre-done, ready-made, fill-in-the-blank templates that are already created specifically for you as a business coach or consultant. It's already done. All you have to do is fill in the blanks with this presentation software. Also, even better, with the webinar platform I'll introduce you to, they have a concierge service. They will do it all for you. They will do all the tech. They will set everything up. Section 3 of Webinars That Work is my personal favorite. It's all about the people, right? So I'm going to walk you through how to fill your webinar with eager, engaged, ready to buy prospects. I'm going to tell you how to make selling a snap, the magic words, the pricing secrets, all of it revealed. We're going to walk through your registration pages, how to set them up, what works, what doesn't. I'm going to pull back the curtain, which is one of the great mysteries of webinars, is how do I get people to sign up? How do I find traffic? How do I get people to know about my webinar? I'm going to give you dozens of different ways to get people on your webinar, from free to paid traffic to all kinds of different methods that I have discovered over the last 5 years to get people engaged and signed up and into your webinar funnel. These are methods that I have not seen anyone else using in any other training, and you're going to get them in Webinars That Work. Best of all, in section 3, I'm going to walk you through step by step, click by click, how to set up a high converting sales funnel. I'm going to make selling a snap for you. I'm going to take all the guesswork out. You're going to see how to sell on your webinar, during the webinar, but more importantly, how to sell after the webinar. You can get so many sales if you have a good follow-up sequence in place. Now, before we go any further, I want you to hear from a couple of very successful, well-known business coaches and consultants who have been through Webinars That Work, who have gone through the entire program and have some very specific thoughts to share with you.
I'm an author, speaker, coach. Now, I love books, but I was looking for ways to leverage getting my message out there about finding work that you love. Now, I, like you, I get all the information about, just create a funnel, just do your email sequences, just create a course. Well, I don't know about you, but that was doing nothing but confusing me. I needed something clear. I needed a clear plan. I don't have time to understand all the software programs that are out there. Well, John's course, Webinars That Work, was exactly what I needed. I simply followed his very precise, clear email templates to set up our first webinar, leading into our first online course. And to say that it opened my eyes to new possibilities is an understatement. I'm blown away at what this makes possible. The results of our first webinar will forever change the future of my business. Thanks, John, for your solid instructions, your word-for-word templates, your humor to keep me encouraged along the way. Man, I totally recommend Webinars That Work for any of you that want to leverage your business and move it forward exponentially.
Hey, I'm John Michael Morgan. I want to take a minute to talk to you about John Nemo's incredible course, Webinars That Work. The reason I loved this course and continue to implement the strategies is, first and foremost, it works. It generates results. I run a coaching business, and this is a great way to generate leads. It's a great way to turn those leads to clients and just build your brand. There's so many benefits to following this system, but specifically within the course, what is great is that these strategies are easy to implement. John does a great job of explaining them, where you understand them, you see how to apply it to your business, you see how you can make it work. And ultimately, that's what we want, right? There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of people that talk about webinars. I want someone who knows exactly how to can get results and how they can explain it to me in a way that's easy for me to understand, so that I don't have to spend a lot of time guessing or testing on different things, and instead can follow a proven formula that's going to work for my coaching business. I know you will enjoy it as well.
So here's what I would love to do. If you're on fire, if you're excited, let's do one of two things together. Either fill out the done for you type form that you can see here, where you just literally click the start button, tell me about your situation, and I will get back to you and let you know if you're a good fit, what it looks like, how we do the webinars, how we structure it all. The example I shared today with Bob Rosen, that's an example of a done for you webinar. We literally created the whole webinar for him from scratch. We interviewed him, we scripted it out, we had him record the audio, we put in all the video clips and photos, we built the whole funnel, we built the type form, we created all the questions, the whole funnel, right? If that's of interest to you and you want that level of service, fill this out and let me know. Or if you're saying, hey, you know what? I really want to do this myself. I want to get rolling. I want to implement. I want to control the process. I want to use your blueprint, your scripts, your recipes to do this myself. Then sign up for the online course. Very, very simple. You can see the full page here. Like we already went through everything you're going to discover, all the testimonials, Dan Miller, John Michael Morgan, lots and lots of people having success with this. All you have to do is click the big button, get access now. That takes you to the checkout page for Webinars That Work. Fill in your info, right? Credit card or PayPal. It's just one payment of $19.97 to get going, and you get access to the whole shebang, the whole thing, on demand, 30 days, risk-free, money-back guarantee. Either way, whether you decide to start with the online course and do it all yourself and implement and build it, or if you want our team to build the whole webinar for you, either way, trust me, believe me, glory, this is what you need to be doing. If you want to save time, if you want to pre-qualify people, if you want to really bottle up your expertise and make your sales funnel simple and really convert and close people much more quickly and not spin your wheels and not waste time, this is the model. Webinars, webinars, webinars. Either way, I am so excited to get you going on this. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
All right, I'm back here on camera. I just love going through this again and realizing how powerful this whole funnel is. And whether you decide to engage with me and have a done for you webinar, whether you decide to get the online course, like this, how do I say this politely? Like, please do this. Like, please do this funnel. I don't care if you use me or not. It's the perfect funnel. It's what I've really understood works wonders. Like it's how you scale yourself and your time. And it really, really, really makes the lead generation process so much simpler. And the quality of the leads is what skyrockets. And you'll be able to stop doing the tire kicker phone calls. You'll be able to stop doing those discouraging, disheartening, Zoom calls or coffee meetings or whatever it is, where the person's not qualified, not ready, doesn't know you, doesn't like you, doesn't trust you, has never heard of you, wants you to tell them your whole life story, wants you to prove to them, wants you to demonstrate expertise. All of that, just sweep all of that aside and understand that you can bottle it all up on the front, and then the person can go through it whenever they want, however, wherever they want. And then if that really resonates and they're interested, they can fill out a little type form, and then you can cherry pick and say, yeah, that's the person I want to talk to. And by the time they get on a live call with you, they're warmed up. They know you. They like you. They trust you. They've been through your content. They've kind of indicated this is urgent, whatever it is. That's why I love this. I love this funnel. So here's what I want to do. I want to make sure, because I still see a lot of you on. I see some of you on the different pages. And I see some of you are filling out the form. So
Let's do a couple of things. I'll open up a couple links for you before we finish, and then that way we can kind of take it from the webinar to more discussion. So I'm going to pop open a link right now that should open a new tab on your device, and that's the type form for the Done For You webinar. So you can go through that, just fill out that type form, and I'll get back to you either way. And I'll give you an honest assessment, honest analysis, like, hey, yeah, you're a really good fit for Done For You, or, you know what? If I'm you, I wouldn't focus on webinars. I would do this instead. Or, hey, I think the course might be a better fit. I'll give you an honest answer. So I'm definitely happy to do that. Martin asked, do we have an affiliate program? I don't just grab a link and be an affiliate, Martin, just simply because I found with affiliates that unless you've been through it, unless we've done a webinar for you or you've been through the course, I just haven't had good results with people that are like professional affiliate marketers that are just like, I'll promote everything and throw out a bunch of links. And it's like, the reality is, like, when you think of the referral process or affiliates, it's from people I trust. When I refer someone, or if I'm an affiliate, I always say to people like, hey, I've been through Martin's course. It's amazing. Or Martin and I work together. The guy's the bomb. Go hire him. So that's typically how I do affiliate. So for that, like, Martin, if you go through the course or I do a Done For You webinar for you and you say, hey, this is amazing, if I bring you people, what do I get? Then I'll do an affiliate relationship and say, yeah, of course. You bring people into the course using your own story, your own testimonial, then I'm happy to do affiliate or Done For You. But otherwise, I just found it wasn't worth it. I mean, I did it with my other courses early on, and it was just like, yeah, I mean, and I get it. Like, the human psychology of it is like, people aren't going to be as excited. So hopefully that makes sense. And then I want to also pop open the payment plan option, because I should say, like, if you didn't catch it, like, the course itself is 50% off right now. Like, you're saving $1,000. Like, it's no cheat, no jump change here. So I will pop open the payment plan. So you can do $197 a month times 6 months, or you can do one payment of $997 and save. And again, that's that whole course where you get everything, all the fill in the blanks, all the templates, all the training videos. It's all on Thinkific with my other courses. So you watch, you look over my shoulder, click here, click there, rewind, watch this, take this template, fill in the blanks, send it out as an email, build your landing page, do all that. So it's really up to you, like, what you prefer. And you're welcome, Martin. Glad that answered your question. I'm telling you, like, even if you don't want to have me do this for you, like, this is the funnel. Like, this is the funnel that works. Like, this is the funnel that gives you freedom. This is why I say this is how you make sales while you're walking your dog. Because the way that we have to understand today is the internet has, like, totally changed everything. And so you can reach anyone in the world and talk to them and engage them. But where do you take it from there? Do you still just do one-to-one live face-to-face calls, and they may or may not be qualified, they may or may not be ready to buy, they may or may not be in pain, they may or may not have an urgent need? Or do you take all those one-to-one interactions and qualify them first, so that the only people that you're giving your expertise and time and live energy to are qualified, warmed up, and ready to go? And that's the idea, is you're doing a service to people by saying, hey, like, I want to save you time rather than just booking a bunch of discovery calls. I'll save you time. Here's a quick video that summarizes some of my core coaching, teaching, whatever, product, service. And if it resonates with you, the next step is really easy. You just fill out a quick form. We talk more, and I can give you an honest reply. And people love that. And it resonates as you're saving them time. And it also really eliminates people that aren't serious, that are just tire kicking and whatever. Because that's a reality. That's a reality. You got a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'll be happy to just sit there and waste your time and talk to you and tell you about my new idea, but I'm not ready to take action or spend money or anything. So with all that said, oh my gosh. Okay. So if you have any other questions, you can put them in the webinar chat. There's also, all the links are open, and you can see the links in the chat, the offer pages. Just go to those pages, and I'm following my own system. There's live chat. You can talk to me one-on-one. Again, this is your chance. The real legit urgency here is, if you want to sign up for the course and test that out, you get 50% off, right? So it's a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. You get instant access to the entire course today, on demand, right away. You can get in, start doing stuff, or you can fill out that Done For You type form, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
you tell me your situation, what you're trying to do, and I can give you an honest answer about, yeah, I think it'll work or not work. So with all that said, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you so much for being on. Really appreciate those of you that checked it out for the first time. Hope you loved it. Hope you found tons of value. I'm super excited to work with each and every one of you that are going to move forward with either the course or the Done For You. So make sure you get in there, sign up for the course. You get 50% off. Use those links, and we can get you going right away. And if you want to do the deeper dive on the Done For You, just fill out the type form. So thanks, everybody. Be well. I'm going to hop off and over into the live chat on the program pages. We can continue the conversation there. Or if you filled out the Done For You form, I'll get back to you there on email, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.